shoes, chase W's.
Now what I do?
Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Yeah. Beats, leave it in the street, case on the news.
What I do? Lace up my shoes, chase W's. Grape colored coops. Oh no, I can't be number 2. MVP the league most valuable. They sweet as apple juice. Talking trophies, I done grabbed a few. Can't match this attitude. I wear my heart on my sleeve, please. I move like the wind, can't catch this breeze. Freeze. Stop you in your tracks. There's not no preseason. We seeking W's like Tupac used to throw up. Forget it, might as well forfeit. Your team shouldn't even show up. What you wanna be when you grow up? They used to ask me. Naturally, I chose an athlete. Competition never matched me. We ain't go together like camouflage and polka dots. Focus on your position, just know your spot. Sure, don't stop. It's a long season. They planning on winning for the wrong reasons. Trying to get my number retired. Can't let these frauds beat us. I figured out the recipe. Never let opponents get the best of me. I'm focused on my legacy.
Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard on the job, you can see that. On my hit is real good. We don't need your feedback. They clear the way with my crew coming through. What I do?
Lace up the shoes, chase W's.
We're at the home of the Super Bowl 52 champions, Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Just a short time ago, these Philly fans in full roar as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. Pyrotechnics ablaze. They're set to go as their Eagles will match up with the Carolina Panthers. Gano out to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Here we go. 180! Hey, empty!
Here's carry number 1 for Jordan Howard. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
When we talk about Luke Kuechly, you can't talk about his overall game without talking about his intelligence and how he controls the whole defense. He quarterbacks that defense, and at times will actually make checks just like a quarterback would on offense to get them into the right defense. They definitely were on that play. How about that finish, holding that to a minimal gain?
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. On the handoff, this is Howard. And he powers his way up past the 30. Trey Boston up to make the tackle.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Brings up 3rd and 4.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3-and-out here on 3rd and 4. Working from the gun, Wentz. And he connects with Ertz. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. An Eagle first down, Wentz to Ertz.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
There we go, Pac-Man. Waiting! Shorty! Coming, baby, I'm coming, baby! Woo!
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
First and 10 at the 28-yard line.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. A give to Howard. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. On the tackle that time, Bruce Irvin.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
2nd and 5 now. Wentz bringing it in. Jackson left side. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs. It gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up.
Wentz now to throw. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. From 13 yards out. And the Eagles drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. Elliott good with a PAT, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their own 27. First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to run with.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Back to throw, Newton. Forced out to his left. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Newton now to throw. And to the tight end Olsen, right side. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Away from tying up this game. Not the first time on this drive we saw him take matters into his own hands, and this time he finishes things off with a touchdown run.
You're not going to be happy with me, but I think he took matters into his own feet, didn't he?
Oh, Davis from the top rope. I like it. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
From the 41, Wentz. Throw left side complete. That's Jackson. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for third down. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So forget the 3 and out. The penalty makes this 1st and 10.
Hey, tighten down.
A give left side to Howard. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That good for 22 and a first down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success.
Mike, back man. 120. Great. Hey, you don't want to see me.
On first, they go right back to Howard. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. Now it's the all-purpose back. This is Darren Sproles. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Waiting.
54. Watch the slats. Watch the slats.
Watch it.
On third down, this is Howard. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
So on comes the Eagle kicker, Jake Elliott, on 4th down. From the left hash, this from 37. And the kick by Elliott is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Newton. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Fletcher Cox. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Now Newton. And the pressure gets to him again. Fletcher Cox, his 2nd sack of the night.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say, when you have obvious passing situations. Hard to vary it up and fool the defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
Now Sproles. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. A little over 20 seconds remaining in the half as they'll line up here 1st and 10. To throw is Wentz. He's got Dallas Goedert, his tight end, over the middle. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
Switch it, right flag.
Running with Howard. And some room to work. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. And Elliott puts this one through. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. So we will not go into the lockers tied. We do have a leader in the clubhouse, so to speak.
Yeah, it's only 3 points. Doesn't seem like much, but it looms big the way that they got it done right before the half ended.
Let's go.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. A final shot before the break. Newton dancing to his left. And I think the ball's out. And this one will actually go out of bounds, so no recovery. And that is how we conclude this first half. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway. That's fielded in the end zone. So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Out of the gun, Newton. Escaping the pressure right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Derek Barnett able to maneuver in for the sack.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
To try again after the sack. Newton flush to his right. And caught left side, Olsen. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to third down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Throwing on third down, Newton steps away to his left. And he's got his target. That's Moore. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. That one good for 24 yards.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Here we go, let's bring it. Let's go. Let's bring it.
Quick slant, caught by Moore. Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
To the set. 780. Seven's the mic. Here we go, D.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Another strong gain on the last two plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
Look at it. Mike 27. I'm coming for you. You mine. Check safety, check safety. Gun.
From the gun, Newton. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Mills. And a short return will be stopped inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Here we go, Pac-Man. 180. 59, Mike to 59. Rip right.
They'll begin the drive with Howard. And he's only able to work this from the 8 to the 10 for a pickup of 2.
Gerald McCoy is always going to be linked with Ndamukong Suh. They came into the NFL in the same draft class. There was a lot of debate about who was going to be the better defensive tackle. They just do it two different ways. McCoy, more movement, more elusiveness. That allowed him to make the play there for a short gain.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Wentz. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A first down there on a pickup of 25. Wentz going to lead his guys up 1st and 10. And he's 8 for 8 now, throwing the ball to start the game. They run with Howard. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 12 more yards there and another first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Now, this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Let's go, tackle. Let's go. We got this.
Now Howard. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. It's the Eagles in possession of the football and leading this one as we get ready to start the final quarter. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 38.
Check 52.
A give to Howard running left. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll try the left side. It's Howard. A gain of 2 there on the heels of a 1-yard pickup on first.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
The Eagles on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Throwing is Wentz. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Jackson. He's brought down after a pickup of 5, but he needed 8. 4th down. Just a 5-yard pickup, but it leads to 4th down. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. And this one is right down the middle. And now it's a 2-score game at 9, 16-7. So that's a big one. Obviously, Charles makes it a 2-score game, his 3rd field goal of the game, able to knock it through.
Yeah, not exactly free and clear yet, but as a defense, you get to play a little bit looser, don't you? Because you do now have a little bit of a margin of error, don't you?
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Let's go.
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And that's caught inside the 35. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. A big play there for Carolina. 48 yards. Buying time to his left. Throw left side. McCaffrey's got it. 23 yards, the final tally.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Forced out to it, and he will score. Touchdown, Panthers. Cam Newton, his 2nd touchdown of the night, and the Panthers are able to get this back within a touchdown. He doesn't need a lot of space for an electric run. He showed that there. Heck, they told us this week they were hoping he would break a big one. He just did.
And what did his offensive, remember we talked with the offensive line, and one of the guys, one of the stalwarts said, I don't even have to make a great block for him. If I just breathe bad breath on the guy in front of me, often that opens up enough space for him to go.
20. Check. Wide. Get wide. Check 26.
They go with Howard to begin the drive. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
I know the game's not over, but there's got to be a sense of satisfaction right now for the guy carrying the football a bunch today. 99 yards, and he has enough time to go over the century mark.
Well, you got to give it to him again, right?
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. You're not worried about losing yardage here. You're not worried about any of that. You just want to get him to the promised land for every runner, 100 yards or more in a game.
2 minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the fourth quarter. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They've got a second down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. From the 29, Wentz. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
Well, they got the yardage they needed there, picked up the first down, got out of bounds. How about the urgency that they have, as well as they understand where they are in the field?
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Get that quarterback, D-line. Get that quarterback, D-line. D-line, get that quarterback.
Back to throw. Wentz. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
The Eagles on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. To throw is Wentz. And Jeffrey's got it. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. The Eagle passing game looking good on this drive. It's a 1st down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. Oh, no, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And that one, oh, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to come up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready?